Huzzah! What an exciting adventure that was. Nothing but fun here at Camp Carpenter. Our friends technology as always. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for taking time to learn more and catch up on some of the stuff going on in the camp. I don't have a whole bunch of breaking news in terms of program happening at camp right now. We're in I don't want to say a lull, but it's like an in-between moments. We're working on filling our staff together. We're starting to get ready for some of those staff training bits. We've got service days and stuff that are happening at camp. I got to spend the last one climbing through the rafters in Manning Hall, trying to piece together remnants of the AV system there. It was like some archaic Indiana Jones, figure out what went where and how to put it all back together sort of thing. So all sorts of fun, awesome things are happening. We're getting pumped up. We recently ran a vacation day camp during February break, and I think we're looking forward to doing another one of those during, when I say we, I mean Brendan mostly. We Camp Carpenter and Granite Base Camp, and we're looking forward to another one of those in April. And then all the awesomeness happening for the summer. And we just spent a lot of time talking about registration and deposits, and that is early bird deadline for deposits is coming up on the 31st. Seeing those filter in, so if your pack hasn't gotten to that yet, if there's anything we can do to help, let us know, and we'll get things going from there. Kristen is here as always to be a beacon of happiness and fun in the Cub Scouting world. Kristen, what part of the wonderful circus of Camp Carpenter are you most excited for this week?
This week or like during the summer week?
I don't know. Is it the same? Like I don't know.
Well, I'm just looking forward for all the Cubs to be at camp. I mean, being at camp during the vacation week, there was only 10 of them. So I want like the whole camp to be full every week. So get everyone to come to camp so we can see those lovely Cub Scouts and have a great time, and the staff to have a great time and to be silly. And I just like to be silly, and I got to find a costume because I still haven't done that yet.
Fantastic. Yeah, I believe, Kristen, your running goal is 1,500 scouts for the summer.
Of course it is. I want those Uggs.
Make Sean Fogel live up to that when we get there. I actually wasn't at camp today, but I was around, and there's not much snow left, so I moved away from my snowy image of camp. I imagine we're getting there quite well. So yeah, lots of cool things. I heard that mailers went out. Did anyone get Camp Carpenter mailer? Did it have an awesome color poster in it? That's fantastic. I hope I can find a copy of that someday. It'll be great. If you haven't gotten one yet, they have been sent out. So hopefully any of you or your families who are in the Daniel Webster Council, hopefully beyond, get some of those super awesome mailers. So there should be lots of awesome information on one side and sort of a full poster graphic just like that. It looks like that. That's super cool. I'm excited. I will have to pillage one from somewhere and get it framed. Super great. Yeah, we have service days that are going on. We'll have sort of our big service day is going to be up on June 10th. That second Saturday in June. If you or your units are interested in helping get camp set up, it's a great opportunity to be a part of putting everything together. Like we always say, there's lots and lots of projects. Some of them are big, some of them are small. There's lots of picking things up and putting things down, and the more of it we can get done before we get our staff on property for training, the less picking things up and putting things down we have to do with our staff, and the more we can focus on really working on good instruction and skills and really nailing the fun and adventure that camp is. So if you email Steve Hamilton, let him know if you or a family or unit are coming. We will feed you lunch for the day. If you're camping for the weekend, I believe we waive campsite fees for units that are helping with a service day on that Saturday. So lots of great opportunities. Some will have things to be swept off. We'll have things to be canvas to be put up. and many more things that I'm sure I'm drawing a blank on at the moment. And also that weekend, we'll be looking at having our Den Chief training as well. So Camp Carpenter specific Den Chief training. If your pack has a Den Chief and you want them to be exceptionally prepared to help be assistance to you as a leader during the week, our goal is to give them the skills and the tools they need to do that. So talking to them about how to help manage the Cub Scouts, how to keep them entertained, how to move them from one area to another, games, tricks, songs, secret pathways, all the information we can give them so that they can be helpful to you and hopefully give you a little bit of breathing room through your weeks. A couple questions I have had come up on that. One is, no, it is not the national Den Chief training for like being a Den Chief during the full rest of the year. There's a little bit of overlap, but not intentionally. We're not covering all that. And two is, do Den Chiefs have to take it? They do not. It's not a requirement that Den Chiefs come to the Den Chief training. It's a extra thing we put out there, and I think there have been pretty good reviews from packs and from Den Chiefs and families who have gone through that. So, but not required. We leave it up to packs to decide, who they want to bring on as Den Chiefs. We have, our recommendations of at least 13 and at least first class and things like that. But ultimately, we leave that up to the pack leadership to determine the maturity for those Den Chiefs and such. Questions I got along here. Mailers. I don't know if they're going to everyone. I don't know the details on exactly how many were printed or to whom they were mailed. So I will ask, and I will see if I can find a case of extras. See what I can find.
If it's just for me, Brett, I do not need one. I'm aware of camp, but like I said in the chat, I've never received conventional mail from Daniel Webster Council in my life.
Gotcha. I know it's. Thought someone else was trying to. Okay. It's not something, at least this particular type of mailer, not something we've done in the last number of years. I want to say it's been 8-ish years since we've done the poster mailer. I'm excited that we're doing the poster mailer. I think they look super cool. I like collecting more posters. I can frame all of the mugs around the poster for each year. It'd be fantastic. Maybe we'll have a special frame set available in the trading post. I don't know. We'll see what I can find. Super cool. And yeah, those are most of the key things that are jumping up. Although it's a lot of stuff trucking along in the background and trying to get all the pieces in place so that the summer can be as excellent as it can be. What questions do you all have? How can we be of assistance for your packs all getting ready for camp?
So I have a question on my notes here show that June 8th. Is that a day that they're going to be having swim checks available for Cubs and leaders before camp? The DWC swim committee made an announcement. I thought it one of the previous directors chats, or I picked it up somewhere else. Do you know if that's the case?
They did make an announcement on that, and I don't remember if that was the exact date. And I'm gonna.
June. I'm sorry, June 3rd. June 3rd is
June 3rd would make more sense to me.
Yeah, yeah, 8th is not the weekend. Yeah.
So I think so.
Okay.
Let me see if that's in. Let me see if I have that in writing somewhere real quick. Swim checks are valid for a year, so 12 months or so. So if you have one from basically after last summer, it would be good. That said, where especially aquatics activities in sort of New Hampshire are very seasonal, we'd encourage we encourage everyone to do a swim check sort of this season. If you haven't done it since last summer, springtime now, probably a better time and a better show of your skills going into the summer than, middle of the summer or fall of last year. But the policy is 12 months.
Hey Brett, I had a question about the overnight for the Weeblos, like the last night for adult coverage. So we've got
Yes.
5 Weeblos, none of their parents are the ones that are chaperoning. So we could probably get 1, maybe 2 of them. But for the 2 deep coverage, is it possible to like join forces with another pack or be assigned like another adult leader if we can't get extra adults?
And for that whole program, basically they're all going to be combined anyway.
Okay, so if we only had like 1 adult responsible for those 5 kids, that'd be okay.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
So the ratio we asked packs to aim for there is 1 to 8.
Okay.
Closer to what we see in the Scouts VSA program. Between the staff we have there as sort of the patrol leadership and the various number of packs, we are usually more than covered at that point.
Perfect. Great, thanks.
Brett, I have a question on that too. So my daughter's an AOL that will be staying for that last day, and I plan to stay as well. I don't know if there's any other girl AOLs involved. But is there a charge for the adults staying at that time? And if not, should I then register as the free adult? Like, is there some funny way to do that? Or as an adult staying, I'll pay that additional charge even as a chaperone? Said differently, I have 3 adults going. I'm gonna stay that extra night. So does it make sense for me to register as a freebie adult and then that's free? But if I go as the paying adult, I'm charged it, or does it not matter? I have to pay that regardless.
It should be there should be a fee regardless. There's a fee for everyone staying for the bridge program. My hesitation is I think they just got that piece worked into the system, and I don't know all the quirks about how it's worked in. So the system might do something weird, and if it does, we'll roll with it or figure it out. But the intended design is everyone will pay that fee for that extra overnight.
Okay. Do you know? I'm assuming there's no other girls because I'm having a hard time finding any girls AOLs in the state. But is there? Do you know what the tenting rule would be for that? Oh, never mind. Looks like we have a friend in the chat.
Depending on what week you're going, I have a AOL daughter that's also going.
Of course, we're going other week, different, or that could vary. We're going July 16th week.
And we're going week 1.
Okay.
So we do actually see a fair number, and we'll handle that in much the same way we do for
Okay, very good.
any other programs. Is if there's a buddy pair and they want to buddy together, they can, and if not, certainly can tent by themselves. There's no youth protection rule that says scouts may not tent by themselves. It just says they should have buddies for activities and not be the tent that's 150 feet over away from the rest of the pack. And
Thank you.
So Brett, to continue on this, the bridge program, because you're going to have leaders from multiple units staying over. If a unit has a female AOL staying over, does that adult have to be female, or can the coverage come from somebody else, which we wouldn't know about as a pack?
coverage can come from somebody else. So if that sort of female adult coverage works with what the pack is already doing and the people who would be staying, fantastic. If not, we will make sure it's covered, or we'll send someone to go spend the night over there or something. So we'll make sure we are covered on that front.
Not you, Kristen?
It probably will not be Kristen this summer.
I do have another question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So I know in the last few years, that final like pre-camp leader meeting has kind of been on the director's chat. Is that the plan again this year? On the May 21st will be the one that all leaders attending summer camp should attend?
Yes. Yeah. And so we'll push that a bit more, and hopefully with the registrations in the system at that point, we'll be able to push an email out to all the adults who are registered as well. And we'll do more of a deep dive walkthrough of what to expect for the week and what to expect for check-in, especially as we get ready for that stuff.
Great, thanks.
Brett, I have a question regarding den chiefs and guides to say scouting and in buddies. We're only planning on bringing one den chief. How do buddies work in that situation?
Yeah, so the general suggestion there is that we wouldn't want that den chief to sort of be a buddy pair with like a scout and have them just go off on their own. So we typically encourage sort of groups as we walk around with that. So you can have a den chief go with a buddy pair of scouts. You can have, you know, a leader and a den chief go with a scout out, and as long as we've got, you know, a critical mass of people around, we're in.
Yeah, we're on those situations. I'm talking about the den chief by themselves. Like say they have to run back to camp, any scenario where they have to be by themselves. Like how do they go to the restroom? Like, you know, how do they go anywhere?
So I think, and I'm sure this is a situation that's come up, but I haven't had people ask about it directly too much. I think we just generally would want to use our best judgment. You know, if it's, you know, going, you know, across the campsite to go to the restroom, not a big issue. If it's, you know, going off for 10 minutes or 15 minutes to, you know, go use a shower, probably not a huge issue. If it's, I haven't seen my den chief in the last hour and a half, I wonder where they are, probably a sort of different situation. But and I think it's try to keep things with the group, but you know, yeah. I wish I had a more satisfying answer for that specifically. But.
Yeah, me too. Thanks.
They can
I know-
always connect to, like, if you'll be with another pack. So if that's also like, if you know, if it's a boy and they're within that age range, they could always go together. That's another way it could work too, if you're really like concerned about that kind of stuff.
Thanks, Kristen. We're actively recruiting another den chief. We just don't have anybody trained or actually declared a den chief other than the one that I'm talking about.
Well, good luck. You got this. I have faith in you.
Thanks, Kristen.
Yeah, and that was the other bit I was going to say was when there are a couple packs nearby, the den chiefs tend to get in communication fairly quickly. And anyone else have questions we can help answer?
I just have one more random registration question, just on the chaperone and adult difference. Does it matter? It sounds like they're kind of the same thing.
It seemed to be the impression I got from.
Okay.
earlier
Just figured
tonight.
I'd confirm that. It sounds like, you know, you guys are pretty flexible about being able to like kind of fix stuff after the fact. So I'm not too worried about it. But I just figured I'd ask if anyone knew.
Adults are asked a t-shirt size. Chaperones are not asked for a t-shirt size.
Good observation. Interesting. I don't know why, but cool.
Brett, is there provisional camp? I know there was hope for it, but did you make a decision?
Yes, the plan is that we will be running provisional. I need to send an email with those registration details to get that online. So soon, TM. Hopefully within the next week, that should be up.
And is the plan for a single week or multiple weeks?
I'm expecting multiple weeks at this point.
Okay. Nice. Gosh, how many years has it been? A long time, huh?
I'm so excited about. We'll have to dig the flag out. We'll have to do the Provo flag song. I'm so excited.
Nice.
I might do that song myself. I'm excited for it. And for people who haven't heard me talk about it before or may not be familiar, provisional is our individual registration option, basically. So if you have individuals who aren't able to come the week your pack is going, but still want to come to camp, they can sign up as provisional. If you have individuals who are coming with your pack, but they're like, I can't only go to Camp Carpenter once, I have to go more times during the summer, they can sign up through that. And among the other options. So we'll take all the groups of individuals and we'll put them with some leadership, that may be some combination of staff leadership and volunteer leadership, and we'll have them be a pack for the week and they'll have lots of fun and it will be great. Super cool. Well, we will stick around to answer any other trailing questions people might have, but otherwise, we'll look forward to seeing you again in April as we have 2 more camp director chats before it's June. So much excitement. So much
105
excitement.
days.
105 days. So once again, as always, thank you all for everything you're doing to help get your packs ready for camp and for scouting. And we'll look forward to seeing you in 105 days plus whatever number of weeks until you are there.
Thanks, guys.